24 hours with JB. Let's talk. So, as I was saying previously, Bitcoin just hit another high, 108,000. So let me give you a little Bitcoin. See, what's significant with the whole crypto play is the SEC chair, Gary Gensler, right? He was anti-crypto. He hated crypto, couldn't stand it. That's why XRP went through what they went through for the longest, right? And a bunch of other crypto. So in other words, Trump is basically saying, allegedly, get him up out of here. Yeah, if you haven't heard, Gary Gensler is stepping down. I want to say like in January. January 20th, the day that Trump goes into office, something along those lines. But that's what has people overly bullish on crypto, aside from a lot of other reasons. For one, Trump was always pro-crypto. No, sorry. Trump was anti-crypto at first, right? This is back in the day. Now, switched up his whole game plan. I'm pro-crypto. What it do? And he got all them crypto investors to vote for him, right? Elon Musk, pro-crypto. What it do? The two of them connect. You start connecting the dots and you see crypto is here for the long run. In addition, people are getting scared of what the Fed chair may do, so people are merging more to the digital gold. Bitcoin, beloved. You got to connect these dots. It takes hard work and perseverance, yes, but sometimes the answers are in your face. You just have to sit back and say, wait, why is that taking place? Why is this taking place? And you'll see why Bitcoin keeps hitting all-time high after all-time high, why Tesla keeps hitting all-time high after all-time high, why Robinhood keeps hitting all-time high. Robinhood is up 227% year to date for multiple reasons, but for crypto especially. Coinbase, busy this year. All of these stocks are related to crypto. In other words, crypto put a lot of people in better positions. And the thing about crypto, somebody made a good point about Bitcoin especially. They said, think about it. If you have cash, right, your purchasing power decreases, right, due to inflation on a yearly basis. However, Bitcoin, that purchasing power doesn't decrease, beloved. You could only buy, in fact, it's doing the opposite. Because what your Bitcoin was able to do back in 2022, it could do a lot more in 2024 going into 2025. So therefore, investors are bullish on crypto. But like I said, what goes up must come down, so we shall see, right? So I want to go over the gains from this year. I was looking at something and I said, this would be interesting. Let's see. So year to date, right? Communication services, we're dealing with the S&P 500 right now, the Standard & Poor's 500. Year to date, communication services is up 39.72%, right? In other words, that's the best performing sector out of the S&P 500. What is communication services? Great question. Remember, the S&P 500 is broken down into 11 sectors. All of these sectors represent different things, and that's what represents the S&P 500. Typically, when someone mentions the stock market, they're referring to the S&P 500, albeit there's different indexes. The NASDAQ, right, that trades tech. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, that trades blue chip companies. What is blue chip companies? Basically companies with the bag. S&P 500 is broken down into 11 sectors. The Russell 2000, that is based more on the small cap side. Nonetheless, the S&P 500 communication services year to date is the best performing sector in the S&P 500. What is communication services? Companies that keep people connected. This includes internet providers and phone plan providers. The more exciting part of this sector includes media, entertainment, and interactive media and services companies. You want an example? Netflix. Think about that. Netflix, the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul play, right? The Amanda Serrano. Think about Netflix and what it's doing in Netflix. Walt Disney Company. Those are considered part of the sector, as well as AT&T, CBS Corp, and Facebook. You didn't know Facebook was on there, right? So, secondly, information technology. What is information technology and why is it up 38.68% year to date? Why is information technology the second best performing sector in the S&P 500? It's a great question. And when you speak about information technology, you are speaking about, let's see, the IT sector that consists of companies that develop or distribute technological items or services and includes internet companies, right? Information technology. So, in other words, computers, microprocessors, operating systems, etc. An example of this would be MasterCard, Oracle, or Microsoft. Yeah, see, the S&P 500 is tricky because you would think you have it down pat, but different companies fall into different sectors, right? Or you could say umbrellas. So therefore, you have to be cognizant and know exactly what fits where. What's the third? Financials. Financials. All companies involved in finance, investing, and the movement of or storage of money, right? Banks, credit card issuers, credit unions, insurance companies, and mortgage REITs. Anytime you hear mortgage, you know you're dealing with real estate. REITs, that's a real estate investment trust. That's a REIT, right? So companies within this sector are usually stable. Many mature and are well-established firms. An example of that would be Bank of America, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Berkshire Hathaway, which Warren Buffett essentially owns, and American Express. What's interesting to me about financials is I start to think, I say, yo, wait, the Fed had interest rates high for some time, hence banks were able to eat off that, right? Banks charge fees, or let me tell you something, it's a bill that's supposed to be passed that, you know how like when your bill, if you swipe your card and it overdrafts, you get charged a $35 fee? Well, supposedly going forward, that's supposed to drop down from $35 to $5. After all this time, what was the purpose of them charging us $35 every time our money? $35, beloved? $35 times how many customers or clients, right? Banks eat off of loans. Banks eat regardless, right? Because if interest rates are all the way up, banks get to charge higher interest rates. When interest rates start to decrease, banks do what? They now have more clientele. The quantity of their clientele increases. So thus, they're not charging the higher rate, but they charging lower rates to more people. So in other words, they eat regardless. Listen, man. Stay tuned, stay focused, heavy on the investments. Do your research.